mixed martial arts came on hard. Boxing kind of took a back seat. When we started to see MMA break loose, all the infighting, the different sanctioning bodies, the best not fighting the best in boxing, MMA really started to take over. Big fan base started to grow. Now, as a boxing fan myself, this is kind of my first love. I'm seeing the sport coming back with the best fighting the best. Bob Arum, Golden Boy working together, having their best fighters fight. But this fight here, McGregor Mayweather, this is a fight. I've been talking about it for quite a while. A lot of people have, and I'll be honest, I never thought this was a fight that had a chance to happen. But all signs right now are pointing to this fight actually happening. I'm going to go ahead and give you the keys to victory and break this fight down the way that I see it for Conor and for Floyd. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dan Cox. Listen, what can I say, guys? We have had boxers come into the cage and MMA, which, let's be honest, how can you possibly expect a fighter that is a master of one discipline go in the cage and fight another fighter that is the master of multiple disciplines at the elite level, a la James Toney, Randy Couture? Very silly. Really, there's nothing there competitive about it at all. But now we're talking about an MMA fighter, and not only an MMA fighter, Conor McGregor, who is a two-time champ in two weight divisions at the same time. This is a man that came on out of nowhere, and he's willing to step into the ring with Floyd Mayweather, one of the best boxers in the history of the sport. Never has lost a fight. The Olympics, a little controversial there. We don't even really need to touch on that topic. I think Floyd's record speaks for itself. His ability speaks for itself. And Conor McGregor is looking to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. And of course, money is involved. This sport is about money. This is how they make a living, guys. This is how the promotions make a living. They make money, are on fights like this. A lot of people, including myself, could look and say this takes away from the integrity of the sport of boxing or the integrity of MMA. And why would I say that? Well, because it is a fight that's just entertainment. There are no ramifications, nothing on the line for this fight. If Floyd wins, Floyd wins. A lot of money, walks away, enjoys it. If Conor wins, huge. That's great for Conor. More money, bring a lot of attention to UFC. It could help his career. If he loses, it could hurt his career. And he's not a boxer. He's not a ranked boxer. Floyd's 49-0, looking to get that big 5-0. And if this fight does happen, you got to wonder, is that a legitimate 50 win if Floyd does win the fight? If Conor wins, how is he going to parlay that into more money in MMA? Because without Floyd Mayweather, Conor can't have these paydays. So let's face it. When you got a man like Floyd Mayweather that's bringing in one case I believe was it 9 figures. 9 figures for about 40 minutes or so in the ring. That is somebody everyone wants to fight. I would literally fight Floyd and let him beat my ass for as long as I could take it for a percentage of that money. So, it's an obvious thing with the money. But let's take a look at both of these guys for a second. Because Conor is a self-made man. This is a fighter that literally was receiving assistance from his government as far back, I believe it was around 2012 or so. I could be wrong on the date. But this is a guy that came from nowhere, And within such a short amount of time, not only is he the biggest draw in the UFC, possibly in combat, I would feel pretty comfortable in saying that as well. He's a two-time champ in two different weight divisions at the same time. He's able to call his shots, and he wants to fight possibly the best boxer in the history of the sport, undefeated, Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, there's so many haters, for this fight, you guys. If you're an MMA fan and you're not really a boxing fan and you only know Floyd from, the last 10 years or so, you don't really understand what Floyd Mayweather has been able to do as an athlete, as one of the best boxers of all time. It is really an incredible thing what he's done. And yes, he's been a smart businessman. He's picked some fights. He's made sure that he got paid. And at the end of the day, guys, that's what it's about. He's not in there slugging it out because he doesn't take chances of getting knocked out. He's a smart fighter. The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. Floyd is the master of that. There's something else that Floyd is a master at, and that is his lead right hand. Now, when you're an orthodox fighter, you're right-handed, and you're fighting another right-handed fighter, your lead right hand is usually harder to land against, an orthodox fighter. Now, when you're going against a southpaw, the key to that match is to get your outside foot to the outside of their lead foot and fire that straight lead right. You line that shoulder up with that face, boom, you fire that. Listen, Floyd is able to get away with throwing a lead right against an orthodox fighter, not just an orthodox fighter, the best in boxing, the most elite fighters, and land it all day long. So if you're going against Floyd and you're a southpaw, you had better be working on that right there. And that position, the foot position, that jockeying around, that is going to be really important in this fight. Because Conor is not a boxer. Let's understand something. Conor is an elite athlete. Elite athlete. I take nothing away from the guy. The fact that he's in a position to get a guy like Floyd Mayweather to fight him, that speaks volumes to who Conor is and what he's done, the amount of tickets he can sell. Because Floyd doesn't fight anybody. But Conor is coming in as a mixed martial artist, as a fighter that works on multiple disciplines, and he has for however many years of his life now that he's been training in mixed martial arts. I know for a fact with Floyd, now you're talking about a guy that's been working on one skill, one discipline, boxing, his whole life. Up to the Olympics, all the way through his professional career. He never lost. He doesn't know how to lose. Floyd knows how to win. So in this fight, one of the things that I really respect, and I've got to say, is about Conor McGregor, because he brings the talent as one of the best fighters in mixed martial arts. He is the elite guy. I mean, the attention is on him. But he also brings a personality of the superstar, that rare fighter that has the ability to be that guy all the time, and it's not rehearsed. It's real. It's Conor McGregor. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, got his attention in a lot of different ways, where people didn't really like Floyd, right? He was the money man, the money and doing all this. But it got the attention. He sold the fights too. So why will this fight happen? Money, business. It's obvious. Who do I think will win? Well, let me put it to you this way. If Conor has a chance in winning this fight, Conor has to pressure Floyd big time. First of all, he's got to fight for a small ring. And I don't think that's going to happen. If you look at Floyd Maidana, the first fight, and look at Floyd Maidana, the second fight, look at the size difference in those rings. First fight, Maidana got Floyd on the ropes. He caught him. Second fight, he couldn't catch Floyd to put him on the ropes. Much larger ring. Floyd is not silly. He's not going to fight Conor, a much bigger man, in a small ring. So it's going to be a big ring. Conor's going to have to find a way to cut it off against a guy that only knows footwork, head movement. Reactions are that of the best in the world. So what can he do? Well, he's got a dirty fight. He cannot box Floyd Mayweather. Conor McGregor cannot box Floyd. He shouldn't even say the same word. It should fight, not box, fight. It should be in close, dirty. He can never let Floyd establish the jab. The second Floyd's able to start walking around and turning him and landing that jab and throwing that lead right, Conor will never get set. His feet won't get set. He'll never be set. He will be schooled. So what's the positive to these guys fighting besides the amount of money that's going to be made? And obviously, again, I would fight and get beat up by both of them for the amount of money. So guys, if you're hearing that, man, anytime. But what, other than the money, really, Floyd is 49-0. He's looking for that record at 50. Is this a legitimate win if he fights Conor McGregor, who is a mixed martial artist champ? He's not a boxer. So does it count? I don't think so. I don't think it's legitimate. So Floyd's going to gain the money and he's going to walk away and smile. And that's what Floyd does. He's a competitor. I think he's bored. I think he's entertaining this. With Conor, listen, I don't think Conor's stupid. I think he understands what he's in for too. But what I don't think he understands is the negative. Because if Conor comes in and wins this fight and he knocks Floyd out, let's say, it's huge. I mean, oh my gosh. That will be so huge for McGregor and for his career in MMA. No doubt about it. And then the rematch with Floyd and all of that. But if it doesn't go that way, guys, if Conor gets schooled, if Floyd makes him look silly, it's going to devastate possibly his confidence, but definitely the intimidation factor of his opponents in MMA, his ability to bring in that big money. Because let me tell you something, once you fight Floyd and people see the amount of money that's made, they have a hard time giving that money back out to you unless you produce for it. So this could be a real negative for Conor McGregor in his career. So it's a big fight for sure. Does he need any more fights after this if he gets it? No, he retired. He retired. But I don't think he wants to. So, this is a fight where, you got Floyd. He's got a boxing IQ that very few have the IQ. He's got the ability, to throw that lead right against an orthodox fighter, and then you put a southpaw in there and it's tripled. So you're looking at some serious disadvantages all the way around. It does remind me of a Couture James Toney fight. Although I think this will be more entertaining because it will go longer. They won't be laying down. Listen, if things get rough for Conor, maybe he'll forget and throw an elbow or a kick. And hopefully he just gets one warning and maybe he could change the tide. But in all seriousness, I don't see this really in anything other than entertainment. It's not going to progress the sport. It doesn't make a difference in that division, that weight class in boxing. Surely has no impact in MMA. Conor has got to use his size. He's the far bigger man. He's got to get in close. Cannot let Floyd breathe. He's got to be grinding on him, head under the chin, rough him up against the ropes, dirty box, elbows, everything he can do and get away with to wear Floyd out, to get Floyd off his game, to keep Floyd from getting his rhythm. Conor can land a shot and knock Floyd out. There's no doubt about it. This is the fight game. But do not think that Floyd Mayweather doesn't have the power and the ability to knock out Conor McGregor. And I hear you guys out there right now saying, no way, no way. listen, Floyd never had to sit down on his punches very much. He was a smart fighter. He hit, didn't get hit. But, I mean, you could go back, look at Ricky Hatton, maybe Connor knows Ricky, and they can speak about that. He put him out cold. Make no mistake about it, guys. Floyd Mayweather is the real deal. He is the elite of the elite. I don't know that this will be good for the sport of MMA or boxing. For the fans, I think it'll be fun. I know I surely am putting my money on Floyd Mayweather, like him or not. He is definitely the most skilled man in that ring. So, hey, guys, listen, I'm really curious to hear what you think about this fight. If it does happen, who do you have and why? Let me know about this because I really want to hear about it. There's a lot of negatives. There's a lot of positives in this fight for Conor. Floyd, it's just money. So, hey, listen, let me know. Participate, guys. Send in your comments and your thoughts. We'll touch them on the next show. So for Fight TV, for Modern Pugilist Entertainment, I'm Dan Cox. I will see you next time.